Doesn't matter to me that this time won't suit anyone else. It fucking suits me. Literally 15 minutes. Gonna be fast and not taking any notice of anything. So, laugh. I get a message yesterday saying the fucking creeps off again. Is it alright? Okay. You're full of shit. Let's remind the people who don't know, because we know people will watch this later, and let's just remind you too what the actual facts say, which about your feelings. Neither do I. I love it that you're still fucking raging though. And I haven't even fucking thought about you. Oh dear. Anyway, how did it all start? So it starts off, well, we've been through the Amy thing. I stand all by that. Um, Amy started sniffing around, asking Glenn to get in touch with Laugh. She was also telling Glenn to not bother with me and Yaxley. Glenn basically said, if you don't like it, fuck off. Um, Laugh, who was unhappily married, would now seen. Never seen that way before, mind you. Anyway, actually took the bait and he started getting funny. Now, he'd been talking shit about how he was going to destroy Troller Brawls, Joel Bavacqua, Glenn FEVBC, whatever the fuck he's going under these days. Was going to destroy him, and now he was going to fucking rip him apart, and he wanted to be the one to take him out. Yaddy yaddy fucking yeah. So Glenn was holding back because of me, because it was awkward for me. So Glenn says to me, listen, I ain't holding back on Joel anymore. Now, this is a stream that I would rather you not be on, because you can kind of, impede my fucking flow, if you like. I'm going to do it with Tiffany. So I said, oh, that's cool. I said, but is you sure you're not going to offend Laugh at you? Because he's been saying he wants Joel for what he did to his father. He deserves Joel for what Joel was doing with the father and the fucking crazy videos he was making. Are you sure you shouldn't, first of all, offer it to Laugh? So obviously Glenn had preferred Tiffany as the co-host. I said, but are you going to offend Laugh? Because Laugh was doing all this big talk. So Glenn, me, Laugh are on a phone call, like a three-way. And Glenn says, look, Laugh, I've had enough of fucking Joel. I'm going to hit him tonight. Do you want to come on? So Laugh starts making excuses of, I want to do it on my own time. It's about Trump and it's about politics. So Glenn says, like, fuck is it? It's fucking personal. He's been fucking doing this to all our family members. He's got my fucking missus on an avatar. He's fucking posted your shit up. So Laugh is, so I realise that Laugh is shitting out. I realise that when he has the opportunity, he cannot back it up, or he will not back it up. Take your fucking pick. So feeling awkward, and it was embarrassing, and I was cringing. I get secondhand embarrassment for people, and at the time, I had no reason not to like Laugh. So kind of trying to throw him a lifeline, because his excuses were getting more and more stupid. And Glenn wasn't listening to the excuses because he was on a roll. And every excuse that Laugh made, Glenn came up with a counter. And I realised, Laugh don't want to do this. This is nothing to do with details and who's going to say what and what's going to be discussed. He doesn't want to do it. He's a shithouse. If I was talking to my mates, I'd be nudging him saying, look, he's a fucking shithouse rat, all that talk. So I think, oh, I'm going to stop this because this is awkward as fuck. I might want to cook tea. I ain't got time for this shit. So I said, look, I agree. It's not about politics. And I think you should do it with Tiffany. With that, Laugh starts going off his head. Now, I could go into this in a lot more detail because there's a build up to this, but this is the actual fallout. Lavstar's going off his head saying, don't you fucking tell me what to do. To me, he's saying, yeah. Because he's feeling inadequate that Glenn is presenting him with opportunities that he's talked a good fight about. So he's feeling silly. So now he's lashing out. So instead of seeing that I'm throwing him a lifeline to stop embarrassing himself with these lame fucking excuses, that when you know what he was saying and you fucking mark it up with what he was saying in private and shit, you think, fucking hell, you fucking all talk. It's one of them fucking assholes who just talks. So instead of realising that's what I'm doing, I'm literally waiting for the call to go and get my dog out the dog groomers. So I thought, oh, I got a bit of time. I'm not in the mood to ride my fucking bike. I haven't got fuck all to do. I'm having a damn time looking at the fucking dying yellow grass. I might as well throw this out there. So anyway, back to it. You should, don't you? How about you fucking get on the panel? So Glenn says, hey, you. The one thing you can't accuse her of is being scared to jump on a panel. I didn't want her on the fucking panel. This is why I didn't want her on the panel. And I wanted Tiffany, if you want to split hairs. She was fucking being nice because you'd been doing all that fucking talk about what you were going to do. And now there was your opportunity. So I just left the conversation. Now I still have that recording because that was recorded. It was actually maybe an exchange of voicemails. I got a funny feeling. But anyway, all of this is recorded. So I now decide, I'm done with laugh at you. He's dead to me. Dead. Now I have funerals for people all the time, you know. I got fucking family members I don't fucking speak to. I haven't spoken to my sisters and brothers since my fucking mother died, 2016 maybe. So, you know, this to me this is internet. These things are very easy to let go. This is not real. Just because people call each other sweetheart and shit and send fucking hearts, it means nothing. When people are saying, oh, I love you, fuck off. No, you don't. Get a fucking grip. That's not how fucking love works. Fucking nonsense. I can't fucking stomach that shit. So, I just decided that he don't exist anymore. So, I just stopped speaking. Now, Glenn is pissed at him because he sees it as, look how you fucking kicked off at Tracy and she was actually defending you, you fucking fat cunt. And she vouched for you. I didn't even want to do the panel with you. I wanted to do it with Tiffany. Hang on a minute. So we all decide to ignore him. He no longer Right, should be back. Okay, so I can't fucking remember where it was. So we just go on, we ignore him. He wasn't an integral part of the group. He was, he's semi-fit, if you like. He often got the wrong end of the stick, or you had to spend quite a bit of time explaining to him, and I'm not the most patient of people. So I used to just talk to him on a real life level. We used to speak every day. But when you had him in a troll group session, or where you're fucking plotting and discussing things, it was hard work, to be fucking fair. You had to overly explain, he'd take it down the wrong track. He just wasn't, it was just one of those things. So where did it go then? We ignored him. So one day we're streaming, we're all happy, and everybody's laughing and joking. How the fuck do I get this camera off? I got it. We're all laughing and joking, and one of us must have been sub to him. I wasn't sub to him. I'd got rid of him, and they said, "Listen, have you seen the fucking posts he's making?" Now, he was jealous and put out a joint, and he expected us to miss him, or to mention him, or to chase him and say, "Oh, look, laugh." I'm not sure what he expected, but what he got was blanked. Nobody even mentioned him. It was like he never was. Now, those streams where this happens and we're saying, fuck, streams still exist. It don't matter how much shit he talks, these streams still exist. So we're looking at the page, and as we're looking at the page, he's making posts. Now, the only explanation is he's seen us all laughing and joking and happy on a stream. Longer part of that, he can see that the chat is going along, and nobody's even said, where is he? Nothing. Like he never fucking was. So I think his nose was put out of joint. I think he thought he was more important than he was. I think he thought that we would inquire after him or chase him and say, "Oh, look, you got it." No, you're gone. That's it. You don't exist. So he's obviously put out a joint. So then we notice he's sharing old docs. Somebody, Penny Powell, the rabbit abusing benefit fraudster, she's trying to dox me, but she's so stupid, she's doxing me at an address from 2000 and fucking something like, oh Jesus, hang on, 2002. But she's been stupid. She's showing off these docs. She's accidentally doxed herself by showing the fucking cathedral round the corner from her fucking house. It's how fucking stupid she is. So anyway, the fact of it is Laugh is now sharing those posts, trying to dox me. Now, if the docs are being correct, yeah, Laugh is now going real life because he's being ignored. And because all of these posts that he's been making, we've only just noticed, he's escalated it because he's so torn up and put out a joint and angry. So Glenn goes to him and says, right, fucking Yaxley's yeah. That's the other one you've been talking about. You've been saying you're going to wreck him for the last 6 months. Fucking let's go. Jump the panel. Now, that was being recorded too. Glenn is recording himself. We're in the call, but Laugh doesn't know. So Laugh thinks he's speaking to just Glenn. We've been cut into the call, but we're also unlisted streaming the call. So Glenn's saying, come on, fucking jump the panel. He's saying, no, a bit like when he had the opportunity with fucking Joel. So he's, no, and all this shit. So it becomes apparent he's scared to fucking front up Yaxley. That's the long and short of it, because I'm now on about 10 minutes of my life that I'm prepared to sacrifice here. So it just shows he's a shithouse. He talks about what he's going to do with people when he gets the opportunity. And then when he's fucking put on the spot, he gets angry because he knows he's inadequate and he got little legs and long arms and he's a fucking clown. So whenever Yaxley was here, Laugh would have nothing to say. But as soon as Yaxley, which Yaxley was always coming and going, usually in about the spring to the summer, whenever Yaxley would disappear, he would then pop up talking shit about Yaxley again. And now Yaxley wasn't going to talk to any females. Yeah. How him and Gracie were going to make sure of it. But hang on, why are you saying this now, Laughs, now that Yaxley's gone? Why didn't you ever come up and say it? Why didn't you make a post challenging him? Why didn't you put up a live stream and say, come on, Yaxley, let's fucking go? You had ample opportunity. You actually had a channel you could have posted on. You actually was doing lives. You could have jumped there. You've made the sock quick enough now going after my daughter. And while we're on that subject, don't play games that you like when I play back, okay? I know it's you. I absolutely know it's you. You go after my daughter. You make one more silly fucking channel or one more silly fucking video. I'm going to stomp all over you and yours, all right? You, yours, and his, and them, okay? So anyway, back to it. So what happens then? Then Yaxley would come back and Laugh at You would shut up again and say nothing, and I would say on a stream, you got nothing to say now, where's his fucking mouth? And he would stay silent, and then Yaxley would disappear another spring, and back up he'd pop. So that's where it goes. Now, I don't take much notice of chat, and if I do, it'll unstream me. If there's people in chat and they're talking about other matters, it will put me off my stroke. You can go and listen to any of my streams and you will hear I got to stop my stream, go and listen to what I was saying to remember where I was, or I got to ask people what was I saying. So I had a rule. I don't take much notice of chat. But in my peripheral, I can see bits and pieces, and as I may be presenting something, I'm able to have a look. So I notice that there's a bit of a to-do, and that somebody called Amy is telling Tiffany that she owes her an. Now I think that it's that fucking Amy Retro or whatever the fuck, Tiffany's other friend. So I think it's her. So I'm not really taking much notice, but I'm thinking, oh, fucking hell, look, they're fucking arguing in the fucking thing. And I see my name, so now I'm fucking home in. But by now, I've had enough of this fucking situation. There's fuck all, and I've booted the person because I believe that the person has come arguing with Tiffany. When I then realise you can tell the stream still exists, that, oh fuck, it's that one, I then say, come back, and I make another 3 streams within 24 hours saying, listen, if you want to fucking jump the thing, jump it. Now, she doesn't say a fucking word. Because she only was in the chat in the first place to argue with Tiffany. And to grandstand. So what happens is I have an on-off relationship with James. And James is streaming and I'm just about to go on my bike and I'm looking for something to listen to while I pedal because it's bored. I'm pedaling. So I think, what can I find? Oh, there's James D live. Now, as I go to, I set it all up and I get my earbuds in, I notice nobody's jumped the link that he's posted quite a few things back. So I think, oh, I'll fucking jump on there a minute before my bike ride. So I jump on as I'm riding slowly. So James said, oh, I'm not being funny, but your microphone, the wind in your ears. So I said, all right, hang on, I'll find somewhere. I pull over, we have a chit chat, hey, what's happening? We bury an old hat shit, off I go. Now I do not look at chat at all. I'm wearing sunglasses, I'm in the middle of the street, I've just pulled my bike over, there's people passing, I can barely fucking see the comments with my fucking glasses on, never mind sunglasses and the sunbeam. So now I'm off. The last thing I say to James is, right, I'm off, but I'll be listening. So off I go, pedaling. So I hear James now going. About 10 minutes later, I hear him say, you're the coward because she was just on you. Why didn't you jump the link? So I think, who the fuck's he talking to? But it's to do with me. So I pull over the bike and I look, and it's Amy Eureka. Now, unbeknown to me, while I've been on the panel, she's been being drunk and disorderly because no sober woman that age would behave like this. It was like schoolgirl shit. And so she might as well have called me puppy pants. So she called me puking excellence. So he's then said, well, if you feel like that, why didn't you jump up while she was on you? So he's now going back and forth with her. And then she reminds him, oh, I know you. Oh, yeah, I remember because James is fucking drunk. So I think, fuck this. Carry on. Hopefully it'll still be going. Knowing James, he'll still be there when I go home. So I carry on. Now I run out of fucking signal because this is the countryside, down hills, up dales, whatnot. So I run out of fucking signal. So I think, fuck, I'll just make a video. So as I'm riding along, I make a video. So as I get home now, the fucking thing's still going. So I think, right, grab it. I need to double speed this and grab it. And I want the chat too. I go back to where I've left the stream. Okay. All I know is James is talking to drunken Amy Eureka in the chat, who has had the opportunity to jump up on the panel when I was there, but instead decided to go for the intellectual approach and call me puking excellence. So I can't even believe I'm fucking responding to this. Seriously. So anyway, at least with Katie is a bit fucking, she puts a bit of thought into these nonsenses. Give you something to fucking get your teeth into, but no, this is fucking lame. So as I'm now double speed, I then see in the chat people are calling her out saying, look, she went and got Laugh to deal with piss and excellence. I think, what the fuck? So now I know that Laugh is going to pop up on this stream somewhere. So now I think, fuck this. This could get pulled. I'm going to find Laugh. I'm going to, skim through, find Laugh, take it from there, fuck everything else. So now I've got the Laugh thing, but I'm busy because I've just come home from my bike ride, got to take my dog out, do a bit of cleaning, get tea ready, whatnot. Not cup of tea, food, things you eat at tea time, what you would call dinner time, not lunchtime. So anyway, I'm fucking kind of, can you half hear it? Now here's the question. Number one, why didn't Amy go into jump the link? Now Amy has later accused me of trolling her dead son. She even posted his image and she made several posts. She's removed him now because she knows she looked fucking stupid and desperate. To me, it was just confirmation of what a low, trifling, desperate pair of fucking wankers they were. Now, the fact that what's happened is she's in the stream trying to poke at me. I'm not listening because I'm on my bike and just having a quick chit chat with James. I'm not even looking at the chat. I'm looking around the street thinking, who's fucking listening to me talking? And she's obviously sent for Laugh. Now, Laugh has then jumped the panel, and you can tell because he says, I've come for actions, come back up here, come on, sweetheart, and all this shit. As if he's some big ad cunt. As if somebody's, what was he going to do on the internet? He's ineffectual. All he can do is fucking rage. So I think, fucking hell, how desperate. So I call it as desperate. So then I fire up a couple of live streams and I say, there we go. Now, what he then does is he wants me to go on James D's live stream and he wants me to argue about a woman who's no longer here who had a beef with Yaxley before I met him. I wouldn't even know what the fuck to even start on that. He won't jump my link, he won't make his own stream, but he wants to go on James D's because he needs a ready built audience, preferably of people who don't like me, because he's so unsure of himself. He knows I'm going to wreck him, so he needs the odds. He needs people in the chat backing him up. Am I getting this right, laugh? Have I kind of got this? Now, he then challenges me to a live. But again, I'm not interested at this point. You had your fucking opportunity. Your missus was in the fucking chat. I'm not obligated to speak to you. You're a weird man. I meet weird men like you all the fucking time. Seriously. I fucking meet them on the buses. I meet them in the fucking pubs. I don't pay them no heels. You're weird. You're odd. You're strange. You're fucking... And you're fucking physically repulsive too. There we are. There's nothing about you that makes me want to have any interaction with you at all. Now, I haven't got nothing to prove. I took your live stream, I played it word for word, and I debunked it word for word, and your posts and shit. You have been unable to do that with me. You have been unable to take the live stream that you say causes you so much offence, because I called your missus a fucking dirty home wrecking fucking hoe and a fucking drunk who's had more internet dick than I've had hot dinners, and I'll stand by it. I just said it again. You were unable to take that apart and take me word for word. So what you did is you used James D's. What are you on James D's for? Make your own fucking panel. Why have I got to fucking come fucking play? Are you fucking mad? You couldn't get your fucking missus to fucking do what you want. That's why you had to fucking bunk out. Nothing. You weren't even unhappy until she told you you couldn't be on the internet. I remember when you called her a cunt and that. I remember now I know what was happening. I know you were in cahoots with Amy. Lucky you, lovely. So anyway, since then, whenever the mood takes him, he goes on and on. I don't even take no notice. But for somebody yesterday saying, look, that silly cunt's off. We don't, oh, funny enough, though, that's a lie, because 4 or 5 days before, the same person had said to me, isn't it funny how he tried to involve James and that, and now he's silent he is now. And I said, yeah. And then 4 days later, he's off again. Listen, you fucking punk. Until you can take the stream that you say I am lying, and until you can debunk me and debunk what I say, play what I say, and show that I'm a liar or explain why I'm a liar, I'm not interested in you. You are an adulterer. You dumped your daughter for an internet skit who's apparently had several of your kinds, and that's from her fucking friends, not mine. That's not her enemies, that's her fucking friends. And she's never met any of them. So I hope now you've taken this big jump that she actually fucking meets you. And it's not like all the other ones have been, where there's these angry people who feel they've been led fucking up the garden path. I don't give a fuck what you say. After that, you had to then try to go to Granny Fanny. Granny Fanny to me told a lie. I showed that he's a liar. I got his live where he says that he confronted me and he called me out. I've shown that he didn't do that. And in fact, he was very amiable with me. I don't have to argue with these fucking strange, weird people online. And it's up to me which weird, strange people I want to argue with. And when I want to argue with them, don't care. You should be now full of the joys of spring. You got your lady love. You've gotten rid of all your responsibilities to your kids. Go and be happy. Go on, fuck off. Stop trying to use me for relevance. If I see that you take my stream and you debunk me, if I see that you actually do a stream, you and Amy, and discuss it, why would I bother with someone who's so desperate you make up a lie and troll your own deceased son to use him to try to get at me? Accusing me of trolling your deceased son. Meanwhile, I know you've got a channel using my daughter, and I know it's you. So, and I don't have to prove it. I don't have to argue about it. But I'm not someone who lets that shit go. So you carry on. I don't have to come and talk to you about it. I don't have to come and grandstand about it. I don't have to do nothing. But you will know why, when you have children, relatives, it's not a good idea to go after someone's young daughter, you creepy little perverted man. So you can take this stream and you can debunk it. You should really take the original offence and debunk it. And if ever I got time and the inclination, I might stream one day. Funny enough, isn't this weird? My one free day, and this morning I got a message from Yaxley, who I haven't heard from for quite some time. So there we go. That's what's happening here. Hi, Izzy. Yeah, yeah. See you soon. Out of here.